Hello, dear souls. Thank you so much for being with us. We love to be able to make this connection with you. And we thank you because your ascension on the planet is opening up so many windows and so many portals for everyone else. We, who are the higher self of the incarnation of Peter that is speaking to you, are grateful because it makes the energetics easier for us, for him, for everybody else. So thank you for all the beautiful work you're doing. And we know it can be hard sometimes, but it doesn't always have to be hard. The channel, just moments before recording this, had a phone call with some information that was quite unsettling to him that he noticed should have created an emotional blow for him. But it didn't. There's no anger there, which is normally how he would have responded in that type of situation. Instead, there was just a sadness. And he only spent a few moments letting himself be sad. And it started to ease up. Because in the bottom line, Peter knows he's okay. And if you get nothing else from this message today, we want you to know you're okay. It all is going to be fine, no matter what you perceive going on, no matter how you react to what you perceive is going on. On the larger sense, you're eternal and immortal. But on the earth plane, you're still okay. So thank you just for your presence and for growing into the awareness of how magnificent you are. And then sharing that with everybody. It's such a beautiful thing to witness. And we hope for you it is a beautiful thing to experience. Because we know when you're on this side of it, you will experience it that way and be so grateful. Now, today we wish to speak to you of what you would call placebos. In reality, it's not something made up. It is how consciousness works. But you call it placebos because we come from a mindset in our society of things that don't make sense being unexplained, not real, not to be paid attention to be ignored. We tell you, it's the miracles happening every day that should be focused on. And then it becomes the reality. And when that shift of consciousness takes place en masse, you will understand and enjoy how magnificent you are. So, what is this placebo? We will have the channel put a link below this that I think you'll enjoy, explaining placebo if you do not understand it. But we're not interested in the idea that it's just a placebo. We're interested in the idea that this is a manifestation of consciousness. This is one of the ways consciousness works. And if you understand that and you let yourself flow with, oh, I have this power of creation, let me use it in my life. There's no limits. No limits. This is the testing ground, so to speak, the proving ground for when you become a passive recipient of what you call the placebo effect to an active person where it's no longer an effect happening to you, but an effect you create. And it's not a placebo, mysterious. No, it is your consciousness taking charge and using it for creation. Years and years ago, the channel suffered a serious injury. To this day, he can still feel pain from it. But most of the time, he doesn't. He noticed that sometimes the pain would flare up and just go, oh, okay. And he'll just go on his day and still be happy rather than worried or concerned. And it's not just a matter of, oh, he has learned to live with it. It's a matter of, oh, that's a level of consciousness. Why go swimming in those waters when you can have more beautiful places to be? This recently came up when one of his family members asked him about that. And he basically told them, yeah, if I focus on it, it hurts. But most of the time, I don't even notice it because I'm busy focusing on the rest of my life that is so beautiful. And his family member wouldn't let that explanation go. Well, tell me more. Tell me more. It's like, no, he didn't want to tell more because the more he told, the more drug his consciousness back into that place of being in pain. So this is very, very interesting if you understand it and choose to use it, because it's not going to be like you're denying what's going on. You're just simply choosing to tell a better story. Put your focus on something that feels better, something that makes you better, something that uplifts you. And it's hard at first when you're in physical pain to move your consciousness anywhere other than that pain that's calling to you. Meditation, of course, helps. And your scientists are now realizing that meditation actually does treat disease, pain quite well. And many programs are being started to do this. But we're saying take it further. And not just for your own physical comfort, not just to relieve yourself of pain, but this is how it works for creating the reality you choose to have and the planet chooses to have. What you focus on is indeed your reality. It's the choice of focus that makes it so. Not that, oh, there's lots of things going on out there. The channel used to believe it was like TV broadcast. There's like over the air dozens, sometimes 50 channels that can be picked up depending upon how you adjust your dial or turn your tuner. You can then pick up that channel. And that becomes the reality of what you're watching or listening to if you're using music. Doesn't mean the other channels aren't there, but where you focus then becomes what you experience. We're here to tell you that's a very adequate explanation, but it can be even more powerful if you understand that those potentialities are just that. They may not even come into any existence anywhere if your focus is strong enough here. So it's one thing to say, oh my gosh, all these things are out there and I can just choose what I attune to. And then that becomes my reality. That's quite powerful. And we encourage that, do that for sure. But take it a step further, even. That what you choose to attune to creates not only what is real here, but the potentiality for all other realities. You're actually creating the universal field. You don't understand that you've had that power, did you? That's how powerful you are. And that's what we want you to do. Own your power. Because as you own your power, you become awesome. And more importantly, as you become more in tune to your source, you can't help but emanate that. All your actions, all your deeds, all the things you do with others will reflect that. You'll carry that signature. Whether you choose to be of service or not, you're simply carrying a signature that's in service, and it uplifts the entire planet. Now, some of you, what you came here for is to help the planet. Others, you just came here because this is the school. This is where it works. And this is the time with ascension taking place. This can do much, much growth. Many, many lifetimes can be solved here, now, today. So we're happy to celebrate with you. Yes, yes, yes. For those of you who are just starting to understand this is a potentiality, wonderful. You could share the linked video on placebos with people and have a discussion. How is it that this works in medicine? And then maybe say, how does this work in reality creation, metaphysics, your spirituality. That's indeed how it works. So, no matter where you are, you can be more certain, sure that you're in alignment and becoming, and then create more of that simply by focusing. Now, the early stages for some of you, have you stopped listening to your mass media? War, fear, disease. Buy this because you suck. Have you just totally turned that off yet? Come on, if you haven't. Oh, it's funny because the channel loves a certain sports team and they're in the finals right now, and he's been really doing it. So he goes out of his way to find venues where he can watch this without commercials. But even that is still putting him in the mainstream narrative that he doesn't have to uphold, but he's aware of. Even that keeps him tied to it. But as you come to whatever makes you happy, it's fine. It makes you happy. The next step after attending to stop attending to the mainstream media is, can you stop attending to the alternate media? Oh, I'm so awake and aware. I know that this is how they've lied to me. And it's important to know that you must make those steps to have your personal awareness, awakening to, oh, I've been lied to my whole life. This whole system is a big lie. You must have that. Then, if you just substitute one set of input for another, one controlling narrative for another external controlling narrative, you've only just changed masters, right? You've got a new Lord now. And it's still someone who's not in your interest because it is not you and your divine directly from source. So you'll need to let go of the truther movement, all the stuff that's being exposed. It's great for a while. It certainly is. You get to have esteem and ego and get together with your friends and talk about how smart you are compared to all the sheeple that are still asleep. And that's wonderful. Do that till you're done. But do you really want to stay there? And that's as far as you go in this powerful lifetime of ascension. That needs to be let go as well. And then you're going to have to rethink the deep core beliefs. For some of you, this means your religious beliefs. And this is not to disparage any religion. Many, many things are so beautiful. But the bottom line for us is, do you have a direct ability to speak to your God? Does doing what you do in your religion allow that direct connection to your source? Do you feel it? Do you understand it? Do you receive it? Can you speak and be heard and then have source speak back to you? Now, any religion that promotes that is wonderful. But if they put any intermediaries or rules, well, then that's what you got, intermediary and rules. Then you can be blessed as far as it'll take you to that other person becoming your source. So you're letting go of the mainstream media, letting go of the mass media. You're letting go of any institutions that teaches you this is the right way without teaching you. You internally know the right way, because as you connect to your source, you cannot help be in the right way. As we told you earlier, it all works out. It's all okay because it's you magnificently expressing your godness, because you're piece of God. It's not like you're abandoned or cut off, or have to do this or God doesn't pay attention. No, no, you're a piece of God in this moment, expressing. Then all the institutions and all the beliefs, the channel had months where I had to sort with, oh my God, everything I've been taught about sexualities and program myself to respond to is crazy. It's not fulfilling and uplifting. All the institutions I had faith in, he had to let go of. That's what he said to himself. I can't trust this anymore. Yes. Some of you see this externally with things about police, either this or that. And we're not here to take a side on any of that debate, but we're here to say, hey, who are they policing for? Some are quite wonderful and are quite helpful. And others, like anything, are yes men to the masters they serve, and they want you to become a yes person and serve their master. And we're here to tell you, you are your master. This is your time. This is your ascension. This is your becoming. And your power is limitless. So when you break away from all these institutions and belief systems, even education, then it becomes internal. Then you get to the idea of, who am I? And of course, who you are is the person asking that question. Any other answer is diminishing of who you are. And when we say person, we mean consciousness. You're not your thoughts. That's so hard to let go of. You're not your body. It feels like it because we're in a body and we've experienced things through sensation since what we call our birth, because we don't really remember our emergence from source. And if you did, it would be kind of hard at first. It was for this channel. He had to realize, oh my God, I separated from source. That's a pain. And that was a wound that needed expressing. So we're not a body. And we know that. This body's not mine. I'm inhabiting it. But we're not a consciousness either. And it's really hard because it's your consciousness and the way you think that lets you, enables you to even understand this message we're sending you now. So to allow your mind to receive this information in this manner and then say, oh, but I'm not my mind that is doing this receiving. Oh, it's a big step. Mind is not yours. Body is not yours. And then when you understand that, you can say, oh, I can use this placebo effect to change this body simply by holding a belief. Can you use the same process to change this mind simply by asserting your consciousness? That's when you really come into your power to create and be and expand. That's when you become a member of all that is, because you allow all that is, because it's no longer just a mental filter of what you see or what could be or what you think. We don't want to call it, oh, this is your ticket to become a galactic citizen, but that's one way of saying it. But it's more than galactic, because that still limits you to space and time. A cosmic, universal citizen. That's where we're asking you to go. And you can. It's there. So we hope we've inspired you in this message. We know you're on this path. We know you're going to get there. And many of you, especially those of you who are listening and trying to get this, even if it doesn't make sense, are going to do it in this lifetime. The seeds are planted. You're becoming. So keep the faith, because why not? Why not tell a story that, oh, this is just my process. This is my ascension. And I'm confused right now and it doesn't make sense. And I even feel sad or confused or angry because it's not happening to the way I would want it to happen. Be totally authentic. But tell the story of your truth, because you are true. You so have this. You are so beautiful. You are so magnificent. Oh, for the moments you step back and just see your expansive self when you're in meditation or when you're being touched by the presence. Remember those. Keep bringing them to yourself. Keep sharing them with those around you. We love you. Thank you. You're blessed. Hi, I'm Peter D. Thank you so much for viewing this video. It's such a fulfilling feeling to know that my work is being received. If you'd like to help more people on their journey to ascension, you can do that by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. It'll allow the YouTube algorithm to place these messages in front of more people who are ready to expand and grow. I'm so grateful to be with you. I'm so grateful that you're here. and that we all get to do this magnificent journey together. Many blessings to you.